Hi friends, Stephen Capra with Bold Visions Conservation. I wanted to just give you a special video message about our upcoming trip to Big Bend National Park because we really want you to come along, and it's a wonderful trip. It's going to be February 28th through March 5th, and it's going to be an exceptional trip. We're going to carpool down from Albuquerque, and when we get to Marfa, Texas, which is about an hour and a half from the park, we're going to spend the night. And let me tell you, Marfa, if you haven't been there, is a very unique, artistic town, very near Big Bend National Park. The town is eclectic. There's great museums. There's great stores that have great art books, restaurants, cafes. It's a really unique place to visit, and we're going to try to get down there and spend some time. Then we're going to head into the park for really, I think, an exceptional trip. First and foremost, the whole menu of the trip is Rick Bayless. And if you're familiar with the famous Mexican chef from Chicago, you'll understand that we're going to have great food every day. We're just taking parts of his menus and making sure you get a phenomenal meal every day. We're going to be doing hikes in the park, and the park itself, 800,000 acres. And what many people don't realize is right next to the park is 3.5 million acres of Mexican National Park right across the Rio Grande River. So imagine you're going down into this park that you're basically in the middle of about 4.5 million acres of wilderness. And you've got these dramatic cliffs as a backdrop on the Mexican side. And then you've got the 800,000 acres of Big Bend. Big Bend itself in March, let's take that first week of March, high 40s at night, mid 70s in the day. So the weather should be exceptional. You never know. Things can change, but the weather is traditionally great that time of year. We're going to have a chance to go into Boquillas, which is a small Mexican village just across the river. Boquillas has been off limits since 2001. It opened about 6 months ago. So we'll have a chance to go visit the villagers in Boquillas, which will be great. Every day we're going to put sort of options on the table for people. You can go for a hike that we'll plan. We might go up in the Chiso Mountains, which are spectacular. Beautiful views all around. Much cooler up there. When I say much cooler, 10, 15 degrees cooler. And it's quite beautiful. And then we'll have some trips that'll be down on the desert floor. There's some really interesting hiking areas down there as well. There's hot springs to go to, so you can soak and relax in the hot springs. But I think one of the great parts about this trip is bringing Steve West. And Steve and I have worked together for many, many years. When I say he's a great naturalist, it's an understatement. Steve has traveled the world studying plants, wildlife, birds in particular. He's the kind of guy that when you're on a hike, you say, well, what's this? What's that? And he can identify everything for you. He's a wonderful person. People love him on trips. So we've got this great food. We've got a great naturalist. We have options for you if you choose that you say, Steve, I don't want to do anything today. I want to stay right here in camp. That's no problem. That's a wonderful thing for you to do because, as I said, we have some artists who want to go down there and paint and do other things. Then we've got 2 service projects lined up with the Park Service. And again, there'll be several hours each, maybe 3 hours, and we're going to be removing cable in one and probably planting some native grass in another. And what that will do is open a couple of thousand acres at least to more potential wilderness in the park. And so we've got projects in mind that are going to do good things for wilderness in the park. Now, we've been saying over the last few days, or since we posted this trip, that it would be $625 a person to come on the trip and $1,100 for a couple. If you want to sign up for this trip in the next 5 days, we'll drop that price. If you're an individual who wants to go on this trip, we'll go from $625 to $550 if you sign up in the next 5 days. If you're a couple, we'll take $100 off and bring you down to $1,000 a couple. And again, I always want to say the value in this trip. You've got an incredible guide, and you have amazing food, and we're going to do just a great job of having a lot of fun. Wine in the evening, great food, and just super company. And if you want a tarot reading, we're going to have somebody there who can read tarot cards. But the most important part will be discovering this amazing place. It is an amazing park. David Munch is a friend of mine, the famous photographer, and he has said many times, out of all the places he photographed in the U.S., his favorite is Big Bend National Park. So put a note in your schedule, sign up in the next 5 days and save a little money, and be part of a really special part of not only helping Big Bend National Park, but helping Bold Visions Conservation. We look forward to seeing you. I'll be on the trip, and I look forward to meeting all of you and talking in great detail about what our vision is, but most importantly, spending some great quality time in one of my favorite places, Big Bend National Park. Thanks so much.